Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rising Stars podcast. I'm Anthony, joined here by my co host Hunter,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we have so much to talk about today. It's been a while, but before we dive into finals, especially and a little bit of the draft, we'll go ahead. We'll start it out with our usual game, La Connections. I
Yes,
think we're going to try
sir.
and do the normal and the Hall of Fame, hopefully, today.
Okay. Gonna do both? All right. Let me go back to the normal. All right.
I just want to say I am so disappointed that the Celtics actually won the finals. I can't stand it.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty much what it is. Oh, my bad, guys.
Yeah,
Um,
I won't even say nothing yet. Oh, yep, Jalen Brown in the corner
okay.
won MVP trophy. All right. Oh gosh, there is a lot of
Uh,
old people.
older. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my first. There has to be something finals related. Yeah.
I mean, I would assume so. I think that to me, it seems like there has to be something defensive related too. Like,
Well, with AD Gobert.
yeah, Rodman.
Oh yeah, you can see that. Oh
Mm,
my gosh, dude. Moses Malone as well. Robert.
is it?
The only thing I know about Robert Parrish is he's played like the most games in history, or he's top three. I don't know if LeBron passed him at this point, but
I don't know. I feel like maybe there's something like most. I don't know, but Gobert wouldn't help with that at all. He's the most like blocks in the finals, but
man, this is
uh,
a difficult
yeah,
grid. Like, there's
for
nothing.
for
Usually,
regular,
usually you have one that just like automatically jumps out at you.
yeah.
A triple double something or other. Sabonis, Jokic, or double doubles maybe.
I mean, this
That feels
is
right.
that's the only like they're all the only current. So it's like
That is true. And I mean, they're all bigs.
yeah,
They all get good boards.
they're on the West too.
I mean, we can try it, honestly. I don't know what it would be, but it feels like it would be right.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh,
Wow, Bear?
now it gets difficult. Yeah, so maybe like some guard thing.
I'll be honest with you. I have never in my life heard of Carlos Delfino.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
No idea who that is. Look, if you know who that is, I mean, credit to you, man. Or Andres Nocioni. Not familiar with his game, but like,
Okay, Richard
all right.
Jefferson has to be something really random, like
There's got wait. Is there something foreign here with the
foreign.
three guys on the right? I don't know who, and maybe Carlos. I mean, I genuinely have no idea, but I don't think any of them
Euro, like what European or something?
maybe played in the big three. I don't know.
Argentinian.
Argentinian.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm
Okay, we're
casual.
actually not doing bad for how
Yeah, this
weird of a
is
grid this is. All right.
okay. Now it has to. It's probably this last thing. I'm assuming Richard Jefferson is like the hard because that
Richard
he's
Jefferson. What?
what's he good at? Nothing. So it's like
Wow.
it has to be really really random. An AI.
All right.
Mm,
High key. This is gonna sound stupid. Is there four bald guys? Buck, I don't know if Buck Williams was bald or not, but I don't know, dude.
I mean, do you wanna
I'm
you,
just
you wanna
throwing
go for
things
it?
up. We got strikes to lose.
We
Just
got strikes to lose.
dude, just do it.
Okay, one
Oh,
away.
okay. See, that helped us out.
So who do we think is the one away?
I have not the slightest clue. See, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman's a weird dude.
Yeah,
Like, it's either rebound. No, we already have. It's got to be something weird off the court, something or other.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who Buck Williams is. So
Yeah, like that.
I mean, Richard Jefferson is irrelevant, but like he's probably irrelevant too if he doesn't even have a picture.
Buck Williams, dude. Who in
Mm.
the world? Moses Malone. What? I mean, I don't know that much about him either. 3-time MVP. I mean, he was good back in the day.
What if it was like this? Because I feel like era wise that makes sense.
I mean, we got 3 strikes, dude. I said we just throw things up.
Let's go.
Whew.
Era wise, let's go.
Yeah, that actually worked. This is like game. I don't know what this is, dude. Only thing I know about Robert Parrish is that he's played a lot of games.
A
So
lot of games, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be pretty. I feel like it's
dude.
probably random. All offensive. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, man, 2 things about rebounding. That's interesting. All right.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Look, we got out of there with what? Only 1 strike used? 2?
Yeah.
Something? That's not even
All right.
bad. All right.
So we can take a break and get back to
Okay,
Hall of
yeah,
Fame in a bit.
Agreed. All right. I need to rant about the Celtics for a minute, and then you
Go
can
ahead.
share initial thoughts. I hate the Boston Celtics, and I saw a tweet earlier that described it perfectly. If all of these guys were on a team not named the Celtics, I would have zero problem with them winning. I do not have a problem with any of the guys on the Celtics, Joe Mazzulla, nobody. I have a problem with the Celtics organization. Yeah. That is where my problem comes in. I just want to preface that I'm someone as much as I do not care about the Celtics organization is so frustrating. Oh, am I back here? Is this me?
You're back.
Am I back?
Yes.
I'm back.
I think so.
All right. I mean, look, like I said, dude, it's the Celtics organization. I don't care about Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Congratulations to them. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
That's all I've got right now.
Yeah, I mean, see, I agree. Like, I mean, that tweet is definitely relatable. The only thing I will say is that if anybody, I like, even if they weren't on the Celtics, if a player did what Jason Tatum did in celebration, he literally copied every like viral moment.
Yo, those videos were hilarious, dude. I am sorry, Tatum. That was corny,
That
dude.
it was.
It was
I
like,
just can't. No, like
leading up
that's.
to it, everybody was like, "Oh, he's gonna recreate the Kobe pose. Oh, he's gonna recreate the Kobe pose."
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I mean, there was a picture that looked like it a little, but I mean,
well, I think he was like recreating the pose, but he just wasn't sitting down.
yeah.
So like,
I think look, the worst one
okay.
was the post game interview.
No, bro, the Kevin Garnett one.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
hurt.
about.
Yeah,
We did it like, oh no. That
because
one,
he said it in the same exact tone, bro. Like, it was terrible. But and then the Kanye West, quoting his Grammy thing like that. It was just a very corny reaction from Tatum on all fronts, and I'm very, very disappointed. I mean, what makes it worse is that he didn't win Finals MVP. Like, and you're doing all of that.
He didn't deserve Finals MVP. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I don't know how he even got votes.
The thing is, like, with that is like the team is so stacked that like there's really, I mean, to me it's like freaking give it to Iguodala, like with the Warriors. Like that team is so stacked, and it's not just one person like that deserves the MVP for that.
I mean, dude had one good game in all. Two. I think game 3 he played well. You cannot give the Finals MVP to a guy that scored less than 20 points in 3 of the 5 games. I'm sorry. You can't.
No.
You can't. How did the fact that people voted for him? I was shocked.
Yeah. And
like,
I mean,
I understand the mean value, but like, dude, come on, he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, I also like. I feel like I'm very glad that like happy for Jaylen Brown because in the finals that they lost, like he was like cooking. He was the only reason that they were even like the tiniest bit competitive. And so for him to like, regardless of if Tatum outplayed him or whatever, like he deserves this 100%.
And I mean, people are starting to like agree, not agree necessarily, but understand why Boston gave him the money that
Yeah,
Boston gave him.
I mean,
I mean, dude, it's a ridiculous contract,
it
but at the
is.
same time, what are you gonna do? Not pay the guy? Like
Yeah, that is true. I
that
mean,
really makes no sense to me. You had to pay him that contract. You had to.
you
You
can't
had
risk somebody else coming in and super. I mean, because that's what happens. Like, but I mean, shoot, he just got a bag and then he got Finals MVP. So it's
dude,
like,
he's deserving of it. I'm
yeah,
sorry. Like, and it's the same thing that happens with quarterbacks in the NFL. You either pay him a crazy contract or you let him walk. You're not going to let your
yeah.
franchise quarterback walk. It's just not how it works.
And I mean, people view Tatum as like, I mean, he's the guy. He's top five. He's da 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 da. But like, and like, I
And he's
don't
not
like
top five.
disagree.
I know you
I
don't agree with that, but
no, I don't agree with that.
yeah, he's not top
But
five. I'm sorry. Anybody that says that is out of their mind.
yeah, I mean, it's not close in my opinion. But it's just he's not like as much as people want him to be, and as much as like he is at times, he's not the it player. And I'm not saying Jaylen Brown is the it player. I'm saying together they're the it player. Like it's not.
They're a 2A and a 2B
Yeah, it's not like
that
none.
combine to make a 1, essentially.
Yeah, and like they just proved that you don't need one like star that
Yeah.
has all the shine to win a championship. You need a very complete roster.
Yeah,
And
Kawhi Leonard, that's a
yeah,
1A. LeBron
yeah,
James, that's a 1A. Like those are the 1A guys, and there's very few of them in the world. So it's no
yeah,
disrespect to Tatum or Brown. It's just they're not.
absolutely not. And I
But
mean,
dude, I
like the
don't.
thing,
He's the most overhated, not overrated guy to me.
who
Jason,
oh no, Tatum is the most overhated.
yeah,
Oh no, Mm.
dude,
I
it's just
mean, to me, I feel like he does get a lot of hate, and I'm not saying it's deserved. I just think people like I think he is a little overrated, and because people build up this expectation of Tatum and he doesn't meet that expectation, then people begin to hate him for not meeting that expectation that like his fans set. And it's like,
yeah, exactly. He's only overrated because Celtics fans exist.
yeah. And he doesn't like the thing is he doesn't we just saw why he doesn't need to be the player that Celtics fans think he is.
Yeah.
Because like the Celtics straight dominated, and that's why like the playoffs are boring. That's why the finals are boring. It's just like they're just
Uh-huh.
dominant.
They're just way better than everybody else.
We haven't seen a team like that since when KD was on the Warriors, and
Mhm.
that's like a very rare case of a super team really working out. Like I mean
But
the
that's the thing,
Bulls.
I can't picture this team repeating, in all honesty,
No,
like, I
I
don't see it.
I think they just clicked at their like. I mean, I
Mm,
really thought I didn't think Porzingis was gonna be like a great fit there at all, and I thought that they were giving up defense for offense that wasn't necessary. And I mean, I'll take that L, but I don't. To your point, I don't think they're gonna have the same quality out of all their players this year
mhm,
as they did,
yeah.
or
I
next year as they
mean,
did this year.
especially Drew Holiday, I mean, his game doesn't really require much athleticism, but he's only
Yeah,
getting older.
older. Yeah, I mean, he did play great though. Like, I mean,
He did. He played fantastic
he's a
basketball.
very smart player.
Him
He
and
like
Derek White, like, strapped up Luka and,
yeah,
it was unreal.
and I mean credit to the Mavericks for even making it to that point. And like
Yeah.
I to me, even if like it wasn't even a matter of like it's the Celtics. I said this like before in our podcast, like Luca and the Mavericks get hot. And when they get hot, they're really, really hot. But then when they cool down, they're very, very cool. So it's not very sustainable to win the finals.
Right.
And they made it to the finals. They got hot, and especially against like the best defense in the league, and they
Oh,
still got hot. So big credit to them. I just and it's a big ask to beat a team like the Celtics.
Yeah.
I do think, if certain teams were healthy in the East, that they could have given the Celtics a run for their money. Um, but especially in the West, a team coming to compete after having to go through the powerhouse that is the Western Conference, like they are going to be drained. And I do think that's what happened a little bit with the Timberwolves and the Celtics. And we talked about that before. Like, if whoever goes, I mean, if the Mavericks had to go through the Timberwolves, their nitty gritty defense, they're going to be just like wiped by the time they get to the finals.
Yeah. I think the only team that would have beaten the Celtics, or maybe not even beaten them, taking them to 7, is the Nuggets.
Yeah,
They were
because
undefeated against them in the regular season.
yeah, I
Like,
mean, and the Celtics are like, I mean, they're not. I'm not going to say they're a bad defensive team by any means, but they're just a really, really, really good offensive team, and so are the Nuggets. So it's like you kind of have to like fight fire with fire, like.
yeah,
Um, so I do agree that like the Nuggets offense like would be able to succeed and push it to 7 if that. Wait, things change, and this doesn't feel like a dynasty at all. It just
no,
feels like this year it clicked.
yeah,
And first, I mean, it's like the Bucks. Like the Bucks were dominant, and they clicked. They won the finals, and then now we haven't heard squat from them since.
yeah.
So
That's a lot to do with injuries, unfortunately. But I
yeah,
mean, you're not wrong. They have been very quiet.
and I
Here,
mean, I
here's why I think the Mavs lost, though. Speaking from the other perspective, games 1 and 2 were entirely on Kyrie and the role players, especially emphasis on the role players. They could not shoot the ball for the life of them. Like, it was bad. Luca gave them open look after open look after open look. Could not hit a shot. You're not going to beat the best offensive team in basketball when you're missing open shots. That's simple. Game 4, when they had that blowout, I think it was simply a matter of Luca finally cared on defense. Not that he was playing great defensively, but he gave more of an effort. It definitely looked like. And then they just had more to play for. When
yeah,
do you ever see a sweep in the finals? Like, it hasn't happened since like 2018 with the Warriors.
yeah, and I mean, was it Jason Tatum who said like it'd be great to win Game 5, but it's not the end of the world
Dude,
if you lose.
there was like 4 guys that said that. I know Sam Hauser said it, and I'm like,
Uh,
"What are you talking about? It's not." He said, "I swear," he said, "It's not the end of the world if we don't win this one." Like, yes, in perspective, that's true. You guys don't go home if you lose, but why are you thinking
yeah,
that heading into Game 5?
and I mean like that
If
just shows,
I'm
and
him, I'm thinking, okay, we lose this game, then we go back to Dallas. They have all the momentum. They're on their home court. They win there, and just like that, we're 1 game away from elimination. Instead, you're sitting here saying, it's not the end of the world.
it is what it is.
Like that's
Not,
crazy to me. That was crazy to me. I could not fathom why he would say that.
I mean, it shows their dominance because they did go in and then
Yeah,
they won it
18
anyways.
point
Like
win. It wasn't even like
yeah, wasn't really ever scary.
yeah,
Um,
I understand why people say the playoffs were boring though. I can't disagree with them.
no, I was
There was
definitely
there was good series there. Don't get me wrong.
no. There were
Wolves Nuggets was probably my favorite. Mainly just the Wolves' whole run was great, but
yeah,
I mean, out east there was very little.
yeah,
That was like, wow, I'm watching
great basketball.
any watch
I mean,
and like, it could have been better.
with the East, I don't know. I mean, the Sixers and the Knicks. Like, I wish that series went to 7, regardless of if like whoever won, because I think that is one of the series that there was just actually like really good hoops. And I mean,
Yeah,
we saw just like dominant performances from superstars on both teams, and even role players. Like there's, I mean, the Knicks, their role players went crazy that series, and I think to your
Josh
point, like
Hart, dude. Oh, goodness.
Jesus Christ, no, I don't want to think about it. But with the Mavericks, like that's what I mean about they're streaky. Like to me, I was surprised that they even got to the point of like the conference finals because I mean Luka's always gonna be Luka and like he will have his off games and whatever, but he's Luka and Kyrie is wishy washy, but he's still Kyrie. And I mean the role players are just not consistent at all, and that's like why they're not a good regular season team. Like straight up, they don't have the support around Luka
Yeah.
necessary. But they did get hot, and then they got cold, and it's unfortunate. But I think one of the things you touched on, like Luka's defense, that was like historically bad,
It was
and
game 3, right?
I
I
think
think it was game 3 where he was just crying to the refs the entire night.
yeah,
It
but
was ridiculous.
it was the entire series. Like
Before game 4, yeah.
what was it? I saw a stat, and it
It
was
was like
like
he had, like, the most blow-bys in NBA
yeah,
history in a finals game or something like that.
no,
I
I
know
think it was in a playoff. It was like in a playoff series, and it was like the four most recent, like in the last 10 years, were all him this year. And then the highest by a long shot was against the Celtics. And it's
man,
like that is a glaring issue. Like you can't have. I mean,
your best player cannot only play on one side of the floor, and I
yeah,
know how much pressure he had to carry offensively.
for sure.
I mean, well, also, let's just this dude was shooting 121.
I know, did we lose him? I think we lost Anthony. Bear with us.
Oh,
Okay, you back?
alright, yeah. I'll repeat what I said. So, can we just mention the fact that this dude shot 1 of 21 from 3 at one point in the series? I'm sorry, that is inexcusable. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be a top 5 player in the world, and you miss 20 of 21 threes, and I get this dude does not take easy shots, ever.
No.
He's taking between the legs, step back, pull up,
But it's
fade from
also not like it's not
but
necessary to do what he does. Like,
true, it's his game, though. It is,
yeah,
and it usually works, but I would have liked to see him adjust offensively. He adjusted well defensively just from an effort standpoint in game 4 and 5, but offensively, he didn't really change much even when he was shooting cold.
yeah. And I mean, like, so here's the thing: it's very rare to see a superstar be elite on both ends of the ball. And I
True.
mean, like, there's the LeBron James, and there's the Michael Jordans, and
Giannis.
like, yeah, and like the bottom, like with these players, they're just freak athletes.
Mhm.
Like they're so athletic that they can afford like for their body to go through that.
Yeah.
And it's like Embiid, we see that he's a monster on both ends of the ball, but because he tries so hard to not be only good on offense but be good on defense as well, he puts his body through like work that it can't go through, that he
Yeah.
physically can't handle through an entire NBA season. And I think I mean, I'm hoping that'll improve with like conditionings and stuff, but like Luca's not the most athletic guy in the world at all, despite being in the NBA. And for him to put in like even if he put the effort in, I don't think he's going to be a great defender unless he really works on his defense. But like for him to spend all that energy on defense, and it's going to be really difficult to hit those tough shots, hit those deep shots that he does like on offense. So a part of that is understanding that okay, Luka's not a good defender. We have to pair him with a good defender who can make up for his lack of defense, so that he can stay fresh and that he can dominate on offense. Um,
Yeah, and the one thing that I failed to mention when I was talking about how his defense improved in game 4 earlier is that game was a blowout. He did not touch the floor in the 4th quarter.
yeah,
So this dude might have ran out of steam completely in crunch time, dude. Like it is still I don't think as much as his defense did improve through 3 quarters, who knows what would have happened that last quarter. In all honesty, like he could have
Yeah,
there and he could have just gotten gassed
yeah,
like 4 or 5 minutes, and the Celtics they weren't gonna win, but
no, but
that
kind of
game
made
could
it
have not been the
interesting.
third largest victory in history.
Yeah, I mean, and they're gonna have those games too. Like, and
Right.
I don't know. I'm glad to be moving on to the next season.
Hmm.
Like, I think it'll be a very good season next year. I think this year, like, I was really excited for the playoffs, and I was greatly disappointed, and it was a large part due to injuries. Um, Not just like from a Sixers standpoint, but even the Knicks, like they beat the Sixers and then they got riddled with injuries. And then you have a team like the Pacers be in situations that they're not necessarily deserving of. Um, but I think he's frozen. But I think momentarily I want to transition over to Hall of Fame mode of the connections. So let me
Let's
pull
do
that
it.
up and let's see if we can take down this challenge. The first and last time that we played Hall of Fame, we
Didn't
went
we
crazy.
cook?
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
cooked.
we
We went
absolutely cooked.
crazy. We had zero issues, and we did it pretty quickly. All right.
All right, let's breeze through
Uh,
this again.
Off the bat, I'm liking how many current players there are. Just
Agreed.
saying that.
Yeah, but that also could make it harder.
But like, look at
Yeah,
this.
click all the old heads. Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
the old heads must be. Yep, drafted before Larry Bird. Cool.
Right.
Now we should know most of this.
Okay, hear me out. Click. Oh,
Damn, these are
here,
just straight
here. I think
superstars.
I think I got one. No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Go top right. I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. Is that Jose Calderon? Then go Tyson Chandler, Jeremy Lin, Amari Stoudemire, and somebody. Carmelo.
Is it Mello?
Go with it. I don't know what the category is, but I'm feeling it.
Cook. Played for next New England Sanity. Cook. All right.
To be honest with you, I thought they all played the big three, but I'll take that to.
Okay. I mean, there's some star guards here, and some star. These are basically just the best players, like some of the best players in the league. Okay, how many people here have a ring?
These are literally like the 15 best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
I like how this is where it gets hard. I feel like because they all have so much in common.
So there's point guards, but then shit. Yeah. It's narrowing down the category that's gonna be tough.
Shoot.
Okay, I mean, no. Damn. Is there an? I feel like all NBA like would be too easy.
Like, do you think something maybe like eliminated first round? Is there too many?
Mm,
So Kawhi, Sabonis never even made the playoffs. I mean, it could be Kawhi, KD, LeBron, AD.
these aren't the all NBA teams, are they?
Uh,
Low key.
wait. Tatum, Giannis, Jokic, Shea, Luca is first team. No
It's
way
Curry.
they just did this.
Was it Curry?
No, it was definitely Shea, Luca, and
Shea.
Tatum.
Tatum. Oh my bad. I forget.
It's
I
got.
mean,
Did you just? Is it really just? It might be.
because
No,
there's no
It actually might be here.
But there's no Joel Embiid.
Embiid didn't make an All NBA team.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my god, I cooked.
Oh, it really is. All right. Second team was what? Brunson, Braun, Kawhi,
Why was it? Oh no, Sabonis got third, right?
Book, AD, maybe.
Oh no, no. Okay, this is bad.
No. What's
So
that? Brunson. Tyrese was third.
yeah, Tyrese was definitely third.
Kawhi was definitely second. Brunson was definitely second. KD.
I don't think KD would have made second team.
Okay.
Maybe though. I don't know.
Maybe like
AD had a monster year.
What about Book and AD? Add those two in.
Does that look right?
No, Braun might have been third. I want to switch Braun and KD. I think Braun was 13.
Was Curry 13?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit.
It's either Curry or Book. I think it's those five.
And is that cheating if I just look up the All NBA second team?
Yes, do not. Trust me. Just go with this. Just go with it. We can afford a strike. Crap. Was it one away? All right.
Oh. Wait, how many strikes do you get in Hall of Fame?
I think it's just infinite.
Oh, okay. So I'm pretty sure it's that.
You think it's that? All right. Go with it.
Unless it's Ant. No, but Ant blew up in the playoffs.
Yeah, no way it's Ant.
Wait, what?
Wait, it.
Was it?
Wait.
Hold up. Was it Sabonis?
No way.
I'm pretty sure. Low key.
Try it.
What?
Oh.
Wait, so who did I not? Okay. So it's definitely AD. Did Braun make second team? Dude. Wait, how many? Oh, who do I have?
All right. I know. I swear Kawhi was second team because people were upset about it. Unless they were just upset that he made one in the first place. Brunson was second team for sure. Braun, Ant, no way. Hallie, no way.
It would have to be this.
Try it.
One away. So it's dog. Ant made second team?
What? Yo, they disrespected Book.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Ant over Book on second team?
Okay, excuse our poor performance on that, but like I cooked. I got the
Hunter. You know what? Hunter performed at a high level there. I can't even lie.
Because it was really Joel Embiid that like ticked me off because I'm like, these are the best players in the NBA minus Embiid, and I was like, wait, Embiid didn't make an All NBA team because he didn't play enough games.
That was smart by them, and
let's go.
All right, look, I want to transition back to you saying you're excited for next season, but in a different way. I want to talk about the draft next week.
Yeah.
It's outside of the finals being over. That is definitely the number one thing on people's minds. How close do you keep tabs on all the guys?
I'm gonna be so fair. I'm not like much of a draft draft guy.
Okay.
I may basically just follow whatever the Sixers need.
Okay, fair. All right, well then in that case, who do you want the Sixers to take? I've seen McCain. I know you've mentioned him.
I mean, to me,
Dillingham.
I don't know. I mean, I think McCain would be a perfect fit with us. And I think he'd be just a great guy to get at that spot. And I saw like a mock draft today where they had the Sixers trading down with Toronto to 19 and still drafting McCain. So if he could, I don't. Huh? I don't think he does. I personally don't think he does. I think getting him at 16 would be great. But yeah, I mean, he's he is one guy in college that I paid attention to for obvious reasons, but like he improved a lot. Like that's one of the like best things like I noticed about him is like from his start of a college career to March Madness, like the improvement was drastic, and he just seemed so much more comfortable. Um, and I think Nick Nurse is a great coach, so I really believe he could develop well in Philly, and I think playing alongside Maxi, I think their chemistry would be fantastic. It was just reported today that like they're probably going to re-sign Kyle Lowry, and having a veteran like that pass down knowledge would be again fantastic. So I think he's a pretty perfect fit, and it's definitely realistic in that range.
Right.
Um, and his biggest knock is that he's short. It's okay. People are short and they succeed in the NBA, and we don't need. I don't think anybody's projecting him to be a superstar, but he can score like a superstar at
He has
times.
Malik Monk potential.
Yeah, and I mean like
That
even
would be my pick
having
for him. 6 man of the year type guy.
yeah, for sure. I mean like with the Sixers, a good comparison, not like a good player comparison, but like Shake Milton was a guy that if you had a starter out, he could come in and drop 30 points easily.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Sixers need that, and they don't necessarily always have that on their bench. So, yeah, I think he'd be a great fit in Philly. I'll let you take the reins with the draft as a whole,
Okay.
but from a Sixers standpoint, I think that's a great pick.
So, as a whole, I think this draft is so chaotic. It's kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Nobody is set in place at all. Atlanta could end up trading down. Like there are so many different routes this draft could go. So to me, here's what I would expect to happen. I think Atlanta should stay at 1 unless the Spurs are willing to give
yeah,
you 4 and 8. If San Antonio calls you and they say we will give you 4 and 8 because we really want Alex Sarr to put next to Wemby, I'm taking that deal in a heartbeat. This draft is nothing crazy. Like there, don't get me wrong, there is guys that have superstar potential in this class.
yeah,
The two French guys up top and Sar and I don't know how to pronounce the other guy's name, Rashar, however you say his name. Those two superstar potential. I don't love Donovan Clingan just from an offensive standpoint. I know he can score the ball, but not super high volume. Like to me, his ceiling is like a Rudy Gobert, which by all means is great, but
yeah,
not exactly number one overall pick worthy. Um, but it doesn't sound like Atlanta wants Alex Sarr, which to me is why I think a trade down would be great with San
yeah.
Antonio. But also here's the other thing. If I'm San Antonio, I'm not trading 4 and 8 for 1 in this class. I'm staying
Absolutely
at
not.
4 and 8 and drafting 2 guys there. I
Yeah,
would probably take Stephon Castle at 4 just so you get that safer guard type pick, because Wemby needs somebody to pass him the basketball pretty obviously. And then at 8, you just shoot upside. You just
yeah,
straight upside there. If you wanna take Nikola Topic despite the injuries, by all means, because he's worth the number 8 overall pick. Just not he not necessarily he because of the injuries, he might not turn into that, but he has the potential to.
yeah. I mean, that's the kind of the case with like a lot of the guys in this class. Like they have potential, but like their floor and ceiling is just so drastic.
So weird. Like they could be
Like
a bench player within the next 3 years, or they could be a consistent all-star. Like
or they
it's
could be in the G League. Like
yeah, that's it. It's so
it's
uncertain.
I mean like even like I feel like Zach Edey is like the perfect representation of this draft class because he's like I mean he just
He
dominated college.
I don't know
But
what to
he's
think
viewed to
about
be
him.
a butt. Like he's like
I do not
expected
know.
to be a bust.
Like I've seen him get mocked as high as OKC at 12, which yeah, in all honesty, I do not mind the fit there. He's not well worth the 12th overall pick, though. You're out of your mind
Nah,
thinking Zach Edey should go
crazy.
12th overall. I'm sorry, but
Do you know off the top of your head what pick the Lakers have?
they have 17.
That's very high for him still. Because I know I saw like the report about the Lakers wanting to maybe move AD and draft a big, but like that's ridiculous after the season AD just had. Like he's proving that he can improve his availability, which has been his biggest issue. And even from like a numbers standpoint, he had a great season. Um, I don't know. I feel like we talked about maybe Edie going behind like Jokic, like backing up Jokic for the Nuggets. I feel like
He's not
it could,
gonna fall that far.
huh?
He's just not. He's like he. I don't think he can fall to the Nuggets though.
No, I don't, and that's what I'm like. I feel like the Lakers might be like if they're looking for a backup big. I mean, there's
Mhm.
if they try to move on from AD, they're stupid. In a couple
Yeah,
years,
that's
sure. And Zach Edey is kind of like the perfect experimental project for that because, I mean, he technically does have the potential. The likelihood is very low, but he did dominate college,
he
and
did.
it's not impossible. It would just take a lot of work for him to like develop into an NBA player. Um, but if he could sit behind one of the league's best, and I don't see like a problem there. Um, Especially if that's what they're looking for.
Right. The other thing is, of course, when you bring up the Lakers, you got to talk about Bronny, dude. I
Yeah,
mean, it frustrates me how much attention he gets. Not frustrating because he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't deserve the attention he gets. If I'm being completely transparent, he would not even be getting drafted if he wasn't LeBron's son. That's my honest opinion. Um, I mean, he averaged 4.8 points and 2.8 rebounds on very inefficient shooting. Nothing about that to me
uh,
screams standard contract NBA player. G League project, sure. Two-way contract, sure. To me, if he was not LeBron's son, he's not ending up on a standard contract after Thursday.
yeah. I mean,
And did you? I don't know if you would have read the article, but Rich Paul did an interview with ESPN earlier today. Dude, some of the stuff he was saying is like, it's just not, there's no way it's true. He said Toronto has interest at 31. That like that's just trying to get teams to bait into taking them in the first round. If Bronny goes in the first
yeah,
round, that is the biggest like reach in NBA
yeah.
history, low-key. Like
And that's
it's
just they're
there.
just being a sellout at that point.
Yeah, Rich Paul also said in the
Like,
article that LeBron and Bronny are not a package deal. He said he spent like a whole paragraph talking about it.
I mean,
Like,
I'm
dude,
glad about that because I think that is like just stupid. Like, I don't think. Oh my god, did you see Bronny's tweet after the finals about like the graphic with him and Braun on the Mavs? That was I don't know. I mean
he to
for him
me
to post that,
he shouldn't go any higher than 55. Straight up. And that's
yeah.
where the Lakers pick in the second round for anyone that doesn't know. That's why I'm saying that. If he goes anything before the Lakers' second round pick, I would be shocked. I think either the Lakers will take him at 55 or the Mavericks will take him at 50. Unless one team is so desperate for press and coverage that they
Yeah.
just decide to go early on him. Bronny's
I
worked
mean,
out for two teams, the Lakers and the Suns. The weird thing about the Suns only have one pick, and it's 22nd. If Bronny goes 22nd overall, that is absurd.
that's crazy.
That is absurd.
The one thing I will say though is like, and I mean, okay, Bronny and Braun on the same team would be cool, but it'd also be corny and whatever. I don't think him going to LA would be the worst thing in the world because this dude's literally been growing up training in their facilities.
Right. I
Like
mean,
straight up.
like
Like,
I Bronny has all of the physical tools to be a successful NBA player. I am
yeah.
not disrespecting him in any way, but I am saying as the prospect he is right now, he does not deserve to get
Yeah.
drafted.
No, there are
That's
more.
my opinion. I
There,
think he has the potential, sure.
and
He's
I mean,
LeBron's son. Of course, he has the physical tools to be the good player, but he hasn't put it together yet, and that's just the reality of it.
yeah, he's not as NBA ready as other
He
players.
should have stayed in college another year.
And I was just about to talk about that. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm so torn with that because I mean, would he be more NBA ready? 100%. Um, he was thrown in like an unfortunate position this season with, I mean, the cardiac arrest and everything. Like,
Yeah, that
he
was
didn't get he didn't get to have a normal start to the
Mhm.
season.
That's why I think he needed the other year, so he had the
Yeah,
full experience,
and
and
I
hopefully
don't
he could have brought up his stats a little bit, boosted his
that
actual draft capital.
to me that is more valuable. Like boosting his draft capital, I think his stats would take a big increase. Like if he stayed another year,
Mhm.
I just my whole thing from the jump is that I don't think it's gonna do him any favors playing college ball, other than the fact that he'll have more legitimate draft profile. But like as a player, I don't think he'll grow that much because they're not looking to develop guys like him in college, like his skill set. Like I keep saying that he's an NBA role player, like that's what his skill set is made for, and I think the sooner he can get into that actual position and learn in that position, the more like the sooner he'll succeed. And I mean, wherever it is, I mean, probably LA for being real.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the worst case scenario for like, especially for him. He's probably like, there's a whole thing of like, oh, he doesn't want to be like under his like cast under his dad's shadow, but I'm sure he's comfortable with them and he knows the entire team. There's no way he doesn't. I'm sure like he would be put into a very familiar situation, um, which is good for somebody who's being thrown. Like I don't know, I like Bryce a lot because he is barely in the media compared to Bronny, and I'm sure when he's ready to go to the NBA, he'll be in the media. But Bronny is just thrown into a world of just cameras on him all like 24/7, and he's not even like he's probably not draft worthy like in the first place. So to be in that position, like and he's like more than anything, bro, he's a kid. Like this dude is like really a real teenager. He streamed Call
Yeah.
of Duty. He hangs out with like, and he shows that.
Uh-huh.
And like I think being in a familiar situation where it's not necessarily like that big of a change would be good for him, not only as a player but just for his mental. Because that is like a big thing with the sports now. Is like the mental health of players, like that. It's actually taken into consideration. So
Hmm.
I think it could be a good situation, regardless of if like his dad is there or what.
Look, my final thing is, and it connects directly to what you were saying. And I wrote an article about this earlier. He carries a unique burden that no one else understands. It's
Yeah.
that simple. And I can't even begin to imagine what it's been like for him to have to deal with being LeBron's son
Mm-hmm.
and going through this whole process with everything attached to him saying LeBron's son on it. A
Yeah.
lot of times rather than USC guard. But look, as somebody that writes about the Heat, I pray they walk out of there with Bronny in the second round because that would do wonders for the website. But I think LA is the best place for him right now, and he will not get playing time right away. Anybody watching that thinks he's going to get legitimate
No,
playing time, you're out of your mind.
absolutely not.
He is not going to.
But
He's
I
probably going to.
would. I was gonna say I would be interested to see how he does in the G League.
Agree.
I think that could be really really good for him because I mean he's gonna obviously have to adjust. Like he's great defensively, but he's gonna have to adjust to a different speed and a different game. But I think the G League will be really, really helpful for him to work on his offense. Um, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we've seen like the Blue Coats. I don't know you. I mean, I know you're like from Philly, but you're not like the biggest like Philly fan exclusively.
Yeah.
But the Blue Coats have a lot of talent that like they just go absurd in the G League, but then they don't pan out to that much in the NBA. Um, But I think it would be more valuable for somebody like Bronny, who has a unique skill set and is in a unique position, like you're saying. Like, just to highlight that one more time, it must be so frustrating for him. Like, to be, I mean, in high school, it's great because it is hard to get spotlight in high school. And for him to have that spotlight to get to college in the first place, that's awesome. But now that
Yeah.
he's in college and he's worrying about the NBA draft, and when he's legitimately like a good player and he's a solid player and he could be draft worthy if he played a couple years, if he took the traditional college route of somebody who's not like a 5-star number one
Talent.
ranked player in the country.
Uh-huh.
So it really must be frustrating to have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. And he is still a kid, and you know, I have like even Jared McCain. I'm not gonna get into the details because I don't know how much is public, but like somebody that I went to school with this year said that he had a really hard time, like even in high school, with people sending threats like to his family, and he had to move, and he had like these are just kids, bruh.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wish Bronny the best, and I do think he's gonna have a successful NBA career when it comes down to it. But it will be interesting to see where he falls on draft night. I will say that.
Yeah. I mean, I wish him the best as well. I don't know if I can agree with you about the successful NBA career. I hope he does. I don't know if I can say it for sure. Um,
It's.
we'll see
I
what
mean,
happens. We'll see what
define
happens.
successful. I think 10+ years, solid role player. That's
That's
successful
successful.
enough. That's
Agreed. I don't
successful.
know if he has that, but time will
Maybe.
tell. Time will tell.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, on that note, Hunter, do we want to switch to I Call Game 10 episode or we want to wrap up here? What are you thinking?
Let's do an I called game, and then we can wrap up the episode, and
All right.
let's just end on a lighthearted segment. Let's just pray this is not a game from like the 60s.
It's gonna be. Watch.
Okay. For some reason, when I loaded into the game, it was like, oh god. Do we dare attempt this?
I mean, I'm up.
Oh god.
Oh,
Where is it? Um. Okay. Year.
dude.
Jesus Christ.
I like.
Is this early 2000s?
I would guess so. Maybe like a 04, 05,
I was, I
06
was,
type.
I was thinking like 03, 04. So like
I'm down to run 04.
04. Damn. So we weren't 1
We
year.
have nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know.
These pictures are too blurry. Okay. The one thing I will say is that I think one time we thought it was an older game than it was. But this also can there's no way this is like around 2010.
No way. The graphics
So
even are too.
yeah, do you go like 2000, like 99, 2000?
Dude, your call. Dude.
I'm gonna go 99. I don't know. I have a feeling it's definitely wrong, but 11. Oh my, no shot! I literally just said it's not 2010, and it's 2010. I hate myself.
This is terrible.
I
Show
hate
me why.
myself. That's crazy. Because I literally spoke. Oh my god.
All right, you know what? Let's just keep it moving. This has to be regular season. This is not the 2010 finals. At least we got something right. Oh my
Okay.
god, coaches. 2010
2010.
Doc Rivers and Knicks, bro. Um, I've got nothing. I'll be honest.
Damn.
Wait, see if you can see anybody on the bench.
Huh?
See if you can see anybody.
Dog, these are too blur. How is this 2010?
Wait. Oh, is that Blake Griffin?
Where?
Duncan.
Dunking? Maybe. But I'm sorry. I'm not seeing that. Like,
Yeah, I said something about Blake.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Here.
I said something about Blake Griffin, and then my Wi-Fi cut out, so you never heard it.
Oh no. Damn.
When did Blake Griffin get drafted, dude? He's that old? Yes, yeah.
I know he is old as shit.
Just put in a name at this point. Tom Thibodeau for all
that's literally about to say.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So it's not Doc Rivers. Do we just accept our L on this one and just like, or do we try to get the best score possible? This is bad. Are you down to skip?
Yeah, just do whatever.
I just want to see.
This is so. I was. Vinny.
Okay.
Mike. Okay, D'Antoni we could have gotten, but
yeah.
Vinny, I've never heard of you, my guy. Listen, dude, I was 3 years old when this game happened. All right, like, I was never gonna do well on this. Chris Paul, probably, maybe. DeAndre Jordan, maybe. I don't know.
What the hell?
Jamal Crawford might have been there.
Damn.
Great.
I'm gonna be so proud.
You can throw Stoudemire in for the Knicks.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, bro. This is tragic. At this point, I just want to get who scored the last bucket. Like,
yeah, for real. We need a win.
All right, screw this.
Dude, just yeah, let's see. Let me at least look.
Screw all this.
I want to see.
Let's see. Eric Bledsoe. Nice. What the hell? Okay.
Wow.
Why are they on some psychopath stuff today? Like,
dude, I don't know. I was barely alive when this game happened. All right, what is this? Last shot. Do we got a score? Okay. Knicks low-key blowing them out. Unless the Clippers came back.
Wait. This is in, like, sequence. Yeah, okay.
We just got to pick off vibes here, I think.
So Stoudemire's probably, like, subbing out here or something. It's probably not him.
I'm feeling my guy, Rasul Butler.
Rasul Butler?
I don't even know what team he was on.
Let's go with it. Damn.
For vibes, I thought. All right, let's go with somebody more well-known.
Al-Farouq Aminu.
I'm down.
Let's go.
All vibes.
Of course, it was Blake Griffin.
Of course, the most obvious guy. Great.
How do we still do better than 14% of people?
Yo, 14% of y'all are actually idiots. We're like kind of idiots, but oh my.
Yeah.
All right.
That's so late. We're tired. We have excuses.
Yeah. Look, dude, that was a tragic performance.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I think
on that something of a note.
No, yeah.
We will wrap up today's episode. Hopefully, look out for some sort of draft special, something early next week. Maybe a mock draft would be cool, something like that. But yeah, Hunter, anything else?
Not really. I think we're gonna shoot to do another game night soon because you guys seem to like the last one. So try to get that done maybe next week as well. I'm getting back into my writing group, so
All right, here we go.
yeah, we're locking back in, locking back in.
There we go. Well, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in, supporting us, and we'll hopefully see you guys all next week.
Yes, sir. See you guys.